I've never done this before, never used this kit, and we'll see. Hopefully it is as easy as they try to make it out to be. So I've got my instructions, I think. Alright, here we go. My instructions. Here we go. First time using this kit. Question is gonna be, will I get it all over me, or will it be very successful and my hands and everything will stay clean? Time will tell. So the sound you hear in the background is I turned on my printer. It's been a while since I have used my Epson 1430. There's a test sheet coming out. Just making sure that the black ink is flowing before I begin to start printing my film transparencies. So the test sheet looks good. Looks like the ink's flowing. Now I need to print a nozzle check. And this should tell me if all of my nozzles are working. I think I filmed this back before everything got shut down on this project. But I recently ordered a black ink refill system. Black ink and refillable cartridges. That's not good. That's no good. Look at that. That's only 2 of 6. 2 of 6 showed up. So that means they're either clogged or they're out of ink. I'm not sure which. I need to look into that. So I've got to get this checked out before I can start working on new transparencies. Because if they're clogged, it's not gonna print properly. My hair. This is real, this is raw. Behind the scenes. Also still in progress, still waiting for the support team at HostGator to process my request for backing up and restoring my websites that I screwed up last night. But all 3 of them, I messed all of them up. This thing makes a lot of noise. I messed up Eternal Crown Clothing and Eternal Crown Lifestyle, and so I'm waiting for them to restore the website from their backups because I didn't have a backup. Always have a backup. So here is my ink cartridge. These are all refillable ink cartridges. I just don't remember if they're filled or not. Ugh. And that would be a no. That's why they're not printing. That one's okay. Alright, so clearly from my test print, which tells me that I only have 2 cartridges that are good. The yellow is not one of them. Look at that, empty. So now I've got to actually fill these, and I've never done that before. So this will be an interesting process. That one has ink in it, but not a lot. You can see it. Look at that. See the ink in there? It's kind of cool that this is from Film Direct. That's the company. There you go. So now we're going to work through the process of filling these, and I've never done this before, so this will be interesting. I'll get to show you hopefully how this works. Moved my location where there's better light. I brought my ink, my supplies. I've got 5 of my 6 cartridges that are pretty much empty. I've never done this before, but I've got this syringe, got this ink fill container, and I've got my black ink. All of this is from Film Direct. So I purchased this kit because I got tired of running out of black ink and having to buy new cartridges, so I decided I would try to fill them myself. I've never done this before, never used this kit, and we'll see. Hopefully it is as easy as they try to make it out to be. So, got my kit here, my syringe. Glad that thing's not going inside of me. Wow, look at that. Here we go. First time using this kit. Question is gonna be, will I get it all over me, or will it be very successful and my hands and everything will stay clean? Time will tell. Alright, so here we go. First things first, unscrew this and fill it with the black ink. Hopefully I won't have to use it all. Still got the foil seal on it, because I have not used this yet. I can just get it off. Easier said than done. Why do they make these things so hard to get off? Alright, I'm gonna use something, hopefully. There we go. Try this again. Screwdriver. I need to get some paper towels. Let's go with napkins so that I have something to put inky stuff on so I don't get it all over everything, including myself. Alright, so here we go. Take this, pour it into there. I don't know if I'm supposed to pour it all into there. I don't know. It didn't say. Close up the jar. Do you see this little bitty plug right here? I pulled that out. I've got to take this one off. That's on the ink cartridge. So there you go. Remove that. Priming tool. What's the priming tool? I didn't see any. I don't know what's going on. Damper. Goal is to pull ink into the damper. What does that even mean? Using the supplied syringe with the priming tool, insert the tip of the priming tool into the bottom of the cartridge. I didn't see any other tool thing that it's talking about. So I may be missing something. I don't know. This is supposed to be a primer thing, but I don't see it. I don't see anything. There's no priming tool. See, this is what happens when you get something and you don't immediately open it. If something's missing, you don't know about it until you've had the item for way too long. I see no priming tool, whatever that is. So, alright, this will be interesting. So we're just going to try this. So we're putting the needle back in. Now we're going to fill the syringe with ink, hopefully. There comes the ink. I don't know how much to put. Oh, that's great. Alright, so now we are pulling this out, and now we just fill it, I guess. See what happens. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What in the world? And that's what I was concerned about. Why is it just pouring out of here? Oh man, this is not going well. Oh, this is not going well at all. What is going on? This may have been a really bad idea. Gee. They make it look so easy. I don't know if it's as easy as it looks. I've got ink on everything now. This did not go according to plan. I don't understand why it's pouring out of the bottom. Oh boy. This was not what I was hoping for. Got ink on everything now. I'm gonna try this. Try this again. Do not overfill, but now I can't really see what I'm doing. Alright, try that. This was supposed to be easy. Supposed to be easy and not make a mess. Now I'm gonna have so much ink to clean up now. Off of everything. I mean, this cutting board, everything. Alright. Well, that was fun. So here's a little tip. It doesn't tell you to do that, but for whatever reason, ink seems to come pretty easily out of the bottom. So I suggest putting it on top like that. So any ink that comes out will hopefully end up back in your container instead of all over the board like it did the first time. So here we go. Let's try this again. And I overfilled it. This is going excellent, as you can tell. Absolutely excellent. So there's two with ink everywhere. Now I got a fly buzzing around me that I'm about to crush. Come back. Alright, so this is the scene of the crime. Look at this. What is going on here? What is going on here indeed? So, we've got 3 cartridges filled. If it doesn't start leaking out of the bottom, it doesn't get all over the place. It's when it starts leaking out of the bottom, like the last one did, that it gets all over the place. I bet this cutting board is ruined now. Okay, the fill hole has been removed. You can kind of see it. Kind of cool watching it fill up. There it goes. Careful, be careful. Don't overfill. Don't overfill. Okay, that's it. Stopping there. See, this it's literally so far only the first one that just poured ink all over everything out of the bottom of the hole. And that's why there's ink on everything. Because the first one didn't work properly for some odd reason. Out. Hopefully it's not going to leak out the bottom. No guarantees. Bring it closer. plugged back in. Make sure it's sealed. There you go. Now that wasn't that hard, was it? Oh boy. It was fun. And by fun, I mean, what in the world? Hopefully I still have some ink left in here. The idea was to not have to buy ink all the time, but seeing all of this, there's probably a good chance that I will need to buy ink again pretty soon. Hopefully I didn't ruin this cutting board, but I don't know which of these was one. One of them just poured out ink. And it shouldn't have. And that's why we have ink everywhere. Because it didn't stay in the cartridge like it should have. Alright, well now that this mess is literally cleaned up, there's one last step. I have this thing, it's called a chip resetter. And basically there's a chip, you know, on the back of these cartridges that allows your printer to read it and to know if it's full of ink. Buy new cartridges, it automatically resets, but when you fill them yourself, it doesn't, so you have to reset them. So there's a light on here, and when you touch the chip up against it, it blinks red, and then when it turns green, it's reset. Hopefully I should be able to plug these in and print some films, but time will tell if it worked, and hopefully they're not going to leak anymore. One of these is a culprit that just pours out, or it did, or maybe I pushed the plunger too hard and it just forced the ink to go all the way to the end. I don't know. They seem to be okay now. Alright, now that all that fun is done, hopefully, now it's time to put these filled cartridges back into the printer. Alright, close that up, hit the print button, get it to reseat the ink cartridge. Now I'm going to print another nozzle check. As you could, if you remember, this was our nozzle check. Only 2 nozzles were printing out of the 6. So now what we want is we want all 6 to print, and we want them to have no broken gaps. See, that one's like perfect. No gaps. That one has a little bit. We want all 6 to be like that. So hopefully that's the result that we're gonna have. Here we go. Nozzle check time. Let's see what happens. Print. Hopefully we get a better result this time. Here it comes. And yes, that is a better result. All the inks are printing, but we're gonna have to run a little bit to get this cleaned up. See all that? We don't want all that, so I'll have to run it a couple more times just to make sure the print heads get cleaned up of all that excess spilt ink. Looks like things were a success. Just got to get some of that cleaned up before I can start printing the films, because I don't need that streaking ink being on the films. But other than that, looks good. Alright, printed one more, and as you can see, almost perfect. So that's as good as it's gonna get. I don't see any priming tool, unless it's this, just the end, but I'm sure it doesn't look like it.